Introduction: A gathering of friends. The story begins with a group of old school friends reuniting after many years. They talk about how their lives have changed. Some have adapted well to change, while others feel stuck or overwhelmed. One of them, named Michael, shares a story that changed his perspective on change. This story, Who Moved My Cheese, becomes the core of the book. What you're about to read is his retelling. The parable begins: The Maze and the Four Characters. In a metaphorical world, four characters live in a maze, always on the lookout for cheese, a symbol of what we want in life. That could be a job, money, health, love, peace, or success. There are two mice, Sniff and Scurry, and two tiny humans, Hem and Haw. Sniff detects change early. Scurry takes action quickly. Hem denies and resists change out of fear. Haw learns to adapt and laugh at himself in the process. All four characters discover a large store of cheese at Cheese Station C. They grow accustomed to it. The mice, out of instinct, keep their shoes and running gear ready, always alert for changes. Hem and Haw, on the other hand, become complacent. They believe the cheese is theirs permanently. Haw even decorates his corner with sayings like, "Having cheese makes you happy." The disappearance of cheese. One day, the characters arrive to find that the cheese is gone. The mice aren't surprised. They'd noticed the cheese supply was dwindling. Without overthinking, Sniff and Scurry quickly accept reality and run into the maze to search for new cheese. But Hem and Haw are shocked. They feel betrayed. Hem becomes angry and refuses to accept the situation. He keeps yelling, "Who moved my cheese?" He believes it's unfair and waits for things to return to normal. Haw is unsure, torn between fear of the unknown and the urge to move on. This chapter marks the moment of psychological paralysis. It reflects how many people react when comfort is disrupted: denial, blame, and resistance. Haw's inner conflict. Days pass. The cheese does not return. The mice are long gone, possibly already finding new cheese. Haw begins to feel the pressure. He realizes waiting isn't working, but he's afraid of getting lost or failing. Still, Haw begins to question Hem's stubbornness. He wonders if staying in the empty cheese station is more dangerous than exploring the maze. Slowly, he gathers the courage to move forward. Before leaving, he writes on the wall, "If you do not change, you can become extinct." This act of writing becomes symbolic. Haw leaves messages behind for him in case he changes his mind. These messages are lessons we, the readers, are meant to absorb. Into the Maze, the journey of change. Haw re-enters the maze. At first, he is scared. It's cold, dark, and unfamiliar, but each small step makes him feel braver. He doesn't find cheese immediately. He gets hungry and tired. Still, he persists. He learns to laugh at his own past fear and writes, "What would you do if you weren't afraid?" He reflects deeply. He realizes that fear is natural, but it shouldn't control him. He begins to enjoy the journey itself. He recalls how the cheese had gradually been shrinking before, how he had ignored the signs. Now he keeps moving, adapting. He continues leaving messages. Smell the cheese often so you know when it is getting old. Movement in a new direction helps you find new cheese. Discovery of new cheese. Finally, Haw discovers a new cheese station, Cheese Station N, where he finds more cheese than he had imagined. To his surprise, Sniff and Scurry are already there. They'd arrived long before him because they didn't overanalyze. They simply observed, accepted, and acted. Haw enjoys the new cheese, but reflects, would Hem ever choose to move? He's unsure, but he leaves one last message on the wall in case Hem decides to enter the maze. The quicker you let go of old cheese, the sooner you find new cheese. And, most importantly, move with the cheese. Back to the reunion. The friends reflect. The story ends with the friends who were listening to Michael's tale discussing how it relates to their own lives. Some realize they have been like Hem, afraid of change, bitter and passive. Others feel they've been like Haw, eventually adapting and learning. Michael concludes that he was once stuck too, but the story helped him move on. He hopes it will help others as well. Strategic takeaways, summarized carefully. 1. Change is inevitable. Whether you like it or not, the cheese will move. Life shifts constantly. 2. Observe early signals. Like Sniff, pay attention to when things start to decline. 3. Take action quickly, like scurry. Don't sit on analysis paralysis. Movement creates momentum. 4. Don't let fear trap you. Hem's denial only prolongs suffering. Learn from him. 5. Reflect and learn. Like Haw, face your fear, question your assumptions, and grow. 6. Leave clues for others. Share what you've learned to help others adapt. 7. Enjoy the journey. New cheese is out there, but so is new growth. Final summary, tactically reframed. Who Moved My Cheese is not just a motivational fable, it's a psychological blueprint for dealing with the emotional challenges of change. It warns us success can breed complacency. Fear is natural, but dangerous when it leads to paralysis. By observing, accepting, acting, and reflecting, we can adapt faster than those who resist. The story simplifies the truth. Change is coming, whether you're ready or not. Your future depends on how quickly and wisely you move when the cheese disappears.